Hello there, welcome. This is Vinayak on Homeland Academy. So this session, which is fully based on networking, and you have what these all topics, which is based on networking like PAN, LAN, CAN, MAN, and WAN. So I'm going to just explain about on the basis of the references like technology, range, transmission speed, area, and ownership, maintenance, and error and cost. These are all the aspect. Okay. On the references of this, I'm going to just push and I'm going to elaborate one by one each and every one. Okay, so you have to just understand it. And one thing that I want to say, this session is going to be bilingual too. यानी कि मैं हिंदी में भी आपको बताने वाला हूँ जिससे आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर होगी. यू हैव टू जस्ट कंटिन्यू विद मी एंड यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग दैट यू नो. वो सभी चीज़ें आपको समझनी होगी जो आपकी ऑल अराउंड टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करते हो. Now you are watching this video is also based on this now, so that's you are have to understand. Okay, so the thing about it, now you have seen so many thing all around you. आपने देखा होगा बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें जो कि आपके सोसाइटी में हैं, like your Airtel fiber is also that we are going to discuss in this video too. How it's work, the optical fiber cable जो कि हम देखते हैं कभी कभी सड़क के किनारे जो है रास्तों पे लोग ड्रिलिंग कर रहे होते हैं, अंडरग्राउंड वायरिंग डाल रहे होते हैं ना. सो उसको भी समझेंगे क्या चीज़ें होती हैं वो, और कैसे एक टावर दूसरे टावर से कैसे कनेक्टिविटी करता है, क्या ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिससे हम अपना कोई भी ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी जो कि हमें नीड है उसको हम चूज कर सकते हैं, और किस टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे हम अंडरस्टैंडिंग के साथ उसका बेहतर यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो दैट वी आर गोइंग टू ऑल्सो डिस्कस दिस ऑल थिंग. So all are given over there, and we are just going to understand on the basis of these references that which is given over there, right? So let's stay tuned with me, and I'm going to discuss this all thing more detail, and you have to listen meticulously on these all thing. Okay, let's see. What about the PAN? PAN is a personal area network that you know. So about the PAN, it's kind of thing which is you have to understand which you do use right now. Okay, suppose that you are using right now earbud, you are listening music, or right now you are watching and you are listening this video, watching or listening, whatever you are doing. This is the same thing you are simultaneously you are doing, right? So it's mean that maybe you are using earbud or any wireless kind of technology which is related to Bluetooth. Okay, so Bluetooth technology is it's also to include in a kind of network that we know PAN is personal area network. What a thing that is you have to understand. Okay, so the thing about it that you have to understand which kind of technology which is your personal that you can turn off, turn on, that's you do all thing on the basis of that. Now I'm talking about this thing about the range. If you are talking about the range, this is the technology of the Bluetooth I'm talking about. This is the range. So 1 to 100 meter in between. Not only this thing, your Bluetooth technology is the range of Bluetooth is 1 to 10 meter in between. That's the standard of 5.0 that we do, Bluetooth 5.0 that we use of it. सो जो Bluetooth 5.0 है जिसका हम यूज करते हैं उसकी जो रेंज है 1 to 10 मीटर इन बिटवीन होती है. एवरेज की बात कर रहे हैं हम. ओके, व्हाट अबाउट इंफ्रारेड एंड जेगबी? सो इंफ्रारेड दैट टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी दैट वी यूज इन काइंड ऑफ वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजीज, राइट? in between like remote car or anything that we do use with the help of infrared. Okay, what about Zigbee? It is a IoT technology. It is fully based on IoT, Internet of Things, that you know what's IoT is like you hear about that Cortana or Amazon Alexa, this kind of thing which is fully based on IoT. You will say to Alexa, hey, turn on that light or fan, so itself is going to be turned on, right? So that is thing you have to understand that Zigbee is a kind of technology which is related to IoT. Okay, further we are going to discuss about the Zigbee. Okay, now what about the range? So the average range of personal area network is 1 to 100 meter. Okay, that you have to know. What about the speed of transmission speed? Like you are transferring a data through Bluetooth. So it's a very high. In the case of we do compare any other kind of technology, so it's very high. Okay. What about the area? So within a room or it's some cases that is you will see 15 meters, 20 meter in between the all our rooms. So that we do consider as a one room or two room like this. Okay. What about the ownership? So you are the owner, and you're gonna just turn off or turn on this kind of technology, right? It's a Bluetooth. You're gonna turn on your Bluetooth. You're gonna turn off your Bluetooth. Okay. What about the maintenance? It's very easy. It's a one single hardware. The Bluetooth is based on one single hardware on your smartphone. Okay, that's only the thing that is work on the basis of one single hardware. It's not easy to. That's not easy to just you can. It's very easy to thing. It's a thing that you can fix it. Okay, it's one single hardware. Not going to. You are not going to bother for it. It's very easy to replace, or it's not a very high in a case of cost. So especially in this case we do feel comfort, right? We do use of it very easy, right? Okay. What about LAN? Let's jump into it on a LAN. We did it PAN. Now let's talk about LAN. क्या है LAN? Local area network. कैसे होता है ये? That we have to understand. Ethernet and Wi-Fi. There is two technologies, wired and wireless. Okay, direct medium, indirect medium, right? So that we have to understand. Ethernet, you will going to see the Ethernet is thing you will going to see again and again in this video about the whole technology that you are actually using, which is running on the basis of Ethernet. Okay, so wired and wireless technology are there. What about the range? So up to 2 kilometer, that will be the range for LAN cable or LAN technology. Okay, LAN cable, it's mean that Ethernet cable. Most of the time you are going to hear that word is Ethernet, right? It's a LAN cable. Okay, the transmission speed is very high. What about the area? So within an office or building, you are working in one kind of building, and your colleagues are working in another building, so they are communicating with the LAN cable or Ethernet cable. So that we can say yes, this is kind of thing. Your offices and buildings are making connection on the basis of Ethernet cable. यानी एक बिल्डिंग जो दूसरी बिल्डिंग से कनेक्शन बना रही होती है, जो कि हम कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर्स में देख रहे होते हैं, तो ये सब चीज़ें किस पे हो रही होती हैं? इथरनेट केबल पे, है ना? What about the wireless, the medium? So Wi-Fi we do wireless fidelity, that we do use of in this case, right? Okay, what about the ownership? Let's talk about the ownership is also thing. So the whole thing is a private, the whole company is a private. Anyone the network engineer do control on it, so it's a private. Okay, ownership is a private. What about the maintenance? So yeah, it's very easy to maintain. There is a thing about the routing and switching, so it's easy to handle, right? What about the error rate and cost? So it's also low. Okay, now jump into it on a CAN, is a campus area network. क्या है campus area network? समझते हैं? Ethernet is also there. Now the thing about the campus area network, which is fully based on in this case Ethernet cable. Okay, so Ethernet cable is also there. So range in between 1 to 5 kilometer. One single campus, one building is there and one building is there. Okay, so in between they are going to communicate a building to building, or suppose that you are studying in a one university, the whole university is in a case of area that's too high, right? Is too large. Okay, and your campus in your girls campus and boys campus are in between 3 to 4 kilometer. Okay, so they just try to communicate with the any kind of technology like Wi-Fi. They are going to communicate with the Wi-Fi or LAN cable. Okay, so it's most of the time it's happened. So you have to just assume this thing. Okay, you have to just imagine. Okay, so the boys are try to just communicate with the girls hostel. So they do use which kind of technology? That's Ethernet, right? This Ethernet is a kind of technology that's they do use to communicate, right? So the university's campus, they do use this kind of technology like Ethernet is most of the time. Then after they put the LAN cable in his just computer on any stuff which is working on the basis of LAN cable. Okay, so this kind of cable that you are going to see. Okay, on further videos I am going to take the pictures and references of this that you are going to understand better. Okay, now what about the transmission speed? The transmission speed is also better in this case, so that's why we are doing use of Ethernet cable. Okay, it's very fast. Okay, within a university or corporate offices, that's the same thing I'm talking about. This private is also private, that the same thing is going on right there. A moderate, yeah, it's moderate, not just no need to bother for this thing too. Is moderate, yeah, it's moderate. The network engineers are there, so there is no need to bother. Okay, what about the MAN as a Metropolitan Area Network? Okay, FDDI and CDDI ATM. There is three things. What about the FDDI? It's a fiber distributed data interface. And what about CDDI? It's kind of thing which is copper based. Okay, so copper distributed data interface is also thing. It sound like this. And what about ATM? Asynchronized transfer mode. Okay, asynchronized transfer mode is ATM right there. Okay, so what about the FDDI? So that is thing which I am talking about. वही चीज़ मैं बता रहा था कि आपके मोहल्ले में या फिर मोहल्ले की क्या बात करें, ऐसे जो सोसाइटी में जो आप रहते हो वहाँ से अगर कोई रास्ता गया होता है तो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू विल सी ना दिस काइंड ऑफ केबल विच इज हैंगिंग ऑन यू like fiber cable. Even in your society the Airtel fiber is also there. Okay, आपने देखा होगा एयरटेल फाइबर जो कि अपनी सोसाइटी में लगा हुआ है, हमारे सोसाइटी में लगा है भाई. आप अपना देखें और बताएं अगर आपके मोहल्ले में, अगर आप जहाँ पे हो, किस तरह के ऑप्टिकल फाइबर्स यूज हो रहे हों, किस तरह के जो वेंडर्स हैं वो सप्लाई दे रहे हैं. तो जो वायर्स होते हैं वो फुल्ली बेस्ड ऑन वर्किंग कर रहे होते हैं FDDI पे. ओके, सो जब आप देखोगे वो जो वायर्स होते हैं वो जब ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं तो it's not easy to just fix it. Okay, it's not easy to fix it. We have need of connector box. Connector box look like this. Okay, the connector box which is look like this, and they do connection like it was the wire which is break down right there. So it's not easy to fix it like this. Okay, so in this case they do use like this connector box which do make connection like this. Okay, and exactly this thing is look like a lady purse. Okay, and you will see this kind of thing which will exactly look like a lady purse, and most of the time you are going to get confused about this kind of stuff while you will see on the upward. So this kind of hanging lady bag on over the head of yours. Okay, so don't be confused for this thing. It's not a lady bag. It's a kind of connector box that we do use to connect a fiber optic cable. Okay, so the thing FDDI is sound like this. And अगर आप अदर काइंड ऑफ रेफरेंसेस देखना चाहोगे तो जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि आपके रोड के बगल में जो ड्रिलिंग हो रही होती है, जो मशीनों से अंडरग्राउंड ड्रिल कर रहे होते हैं, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो दे ट्राई टू पुट इनसाइड देयर FDDI kind of cable. Okay, so that's a blue pipeline that you can say. Okay, inside there FDDI cable gonna run over inside there. Okay, what about CDDI is copper based inside the towers that the network engineers do put this kind of thing inside the servers. Also they do use of CDDI and FDDI most of the time. Okay, what about ATM is also this kind of thing that is related to high data transfer rate of it. Okay, that we do use in this case. Okay, what about this thing about it? Okay, okay, now let's see what about the range. So in a case of metropolitan area network, this is 5 to 50, that is the range. Okay, it's a metropolitan cities kind of thing, like 1 to 50 kilometer or 5 to 50 kilometer. This is the range whatever is going given over there. What about the transmission speed? So transmission speed like average. Okay. What about areas? So within a city or like a city like Mumbai or whatever the city that you can think, like Delhi, which city that you can consider one city to another city that do make connection in between. So it is possible with the help of Metropolitan area network, right? What about the owner and private, public? Okay, let me make your mind for this thing. This is kind of thing which is working together, sometimes with the government and sometimes with the public sectors. They do provide the services on the basis of that, so that we can say ownership is like private and public too. Okay. What about the maintenance? So it's a difficult, yeah, it's a difficult because of it. They have to just dig the underground thing and then after they gonna fix it. So yeah, it's a difficult. Okay, they try to save it, and when it's breakdown, so definitely they gonna bother itself, right? What about the error rate and cost? So in a case of error rate and cost is there high, yeah. when you see, जब आप देखोगे जब कहीं रोड के बगल में कहीं जेसीबी से खुदाई हो रही होती है, ओके, सो देन आफ्टर समटाइम्स द वायर्स गेट ब्रेक, ओके, सो वो आसान नहीं होता कनेक्ट करना, ओके, सो दे डू यूज अ जैक बॉक्स or kind of box to connect it. The same thing which was related to fiber optic cable in just a case of Airtel fiber. This is also thing, okay. ये भी वही होते हैं जो कि बैंक के सर्वर्स होते हैं, वो भी ऑप्टिकल फाइबर्स पे ही वर्क कर रहे होते हैं, जो कि अभी आप देखोगे कि अगर ब्रेक डाउन हुआ किसका सर्वर, बैंक का सर्वर, तो पूरा जो लोड है ट्रांजैक्शन का सब चीज़ें बिखर जाएंगी, ओके, इंटरप्ट हो जाएंगी बहुत बुरे तौर पे. तो उस केसेस में वो एक्टिव होते हैं, उसे विद इन 3 to 4 आवर उन्हें फिक्स करना होता है, ओके. दैट इज रीजन इट इज द कॉस्ट इज हाई एंड द एरर रेट इज हाई. In this case, cost and error rates simultaneously we are doing consider with this, okay. What about this WAN, as wide area network? Okay, is a lizard line a dial up. Right now I'm using that's ISP based network, okay, internet. So it's a dial up is kind of thing, it's these kind of lines that you do consider. This is also working in a wide area, okay. Like I'm using right now that is a Airtel ISP based thing which is connected to my phone, and with the help of data cable I'm connected to with my computer. So this all thing working together with the ISP, right? So ISP is gonna provide me it's going to happen, that's all thing which is I'm exactly doing with the help of ISP on the basis of internet, right? So the same thing I'm talking about with the lizard line, and this all are working together, and they do provide the wide area network, like one country to another country, like one continent to another continent, underground wiring they do make, and that's possible the thing. आप देखते हो कि समुद्र के अंदर भी वायर्स होते हैं, ओके, वो कैप्सूल्स होते हैं जो कि सर्वर्स होते हैं. अगर आप देखोगे कई केसेस में जो सर्वर्स होते हैं, ये टॉपिक थोड़ा हटके है लेकिन इसी केसेस में मैं इसको भी इंक्लूड कर दूं, तो जो वन कंटिनेंट से कोई दूसरा कंटिनेंट जुड़ा होता है इन ए केस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, सो वो अंडरग्राउंड होते हैं, ओके. वो पानी के अंदर जो वायर्स होते हैं उसके थ्रू कम्युनिकेट कर रहा होता है एक कंटिनेंट दूसरे कंटिनेंट से, ओके, या एक कंट्री कहें या एक कंटिनेंट कहें. सो एक कंट्री दूसरे कंट्री से या कहें एक कंटिनेंट दूसरे कंटिनेंट से कनेक्ट हो रहा होता है अंडरग्राउंड ऑप्टिकल फाइबर्स से, ओके, जिसको हम FDDI भी कह सकते हैं. वो बड़े और हैवी वायर्स होते हैं, उसके थ्रू कम्युनिकेट कर रहा होता है. जब ये ब्रेक डाउन होते हैं तो ये काफ़ी ये इसका कॉस्ट जो है और एरर रेट काफ़ी हाई होता है. इन केस ऑफ जब लंगर गिराते हैं जहाज़ें तो उससे भी ब्रेक डाउन हो जाते हैं वायर्स, तो ये काफ़ी हाई कॉस्ट होता है इसका. इसको अगर मिटिगेट करें, इसको अगर फिक्स इट करें, सो इन्हीं केस में अगर मैं सर्वर्स की बात करूं तो सर्वर्स को चाहिए होता है एक कोल्ड इन्वायरमेंट, और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ये जो अंडरग्राउंड वायर्स होते हैं जो कि समुद्र के अंदर होते हैं, ये ऑप्टिकल फाइबर FDDI बेस्ड वर्क कर रहे होते हैं, उन्हीं बीच हम यूज कर रहे होते हैं सर्वर्स का। अब सर्वर्स को चाहिए कुछ ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट जहाँ पे वो अपना टेम्परेचर जो है मेंटेन कर सके। अगर हम यहाँ पे सर्वर चलाएंगे तो हमें चाहिए होगी AC, ताकि वो काफ़ी अपना जो टेम्परेचर है वो मेंटेन कर सके। इसी बेसिस पे जो सर्वर के रेंट होते हैं वो हाई होते हैं। अगर आप किसी जगह पे सर्वर आप इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, लाइक यूरोप काफ़ी ठंडा होता है, यूरोप एक कंटिनेंट जो कि काफ़ी ठंडा है इन दिस केस, ओके। सो कनाडा हो गया, यूरोप हो गया, सो ये सब जो एरियाज़ हैं यहाँ पे सर्वर्स जो हैं, यहाँ का वेदर कुछ ऐसा है ताकि वो उन्हें ज़्यादा वर्क नहीं करना पड़ता। वहाँ पे जो सर्वर्स होते हैं वो काफ़ी आसानी से ठंडे होते हैं, ओके। सो ये कॉस्ट हो गया उनके लिए, ये कॉस्टली हो गई चीज़ें, क्योंकि जिस जगह पे अगर आप सर्वर रख रहे हो उन्हें पता है कि ये जगह काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव है, इनको नीड है इस चीज़ की, तो वो क्या ही करेंगे। तो इस बेसिस पे किसी ने दिमाग लगाया, ओके। वो किसने लगाया, तो इल्विड मॉर्फिन करके कोई था, अभी श्योर नहीं हूँ मैं इस चीज़ को लेके, रशियन था, ओके। सो उन्होंने क्या किया, वो कैप्सूल बनाना शुरू कर दिया सर्वर्स को लेके। सो वो जो सर्वर्स होते थे वो अंडर वाटर सर्वर होते थे। अब देखो अभी जो प्रशांत महासागर है, हिंद महासागर है, ये सब देखोगे एरियाज, तो जो अंडरग्राउंड वायर्स होते हैं उनके भी सर्वर्स भी वर्क कर रहे होते हैं, यानी कि समुद्र का पानी क्या है, ठंडा। अब उस कैप्सूल को जब अंदर डालेंगे तो उनके सर्वर्स जो हैं वो क्या होंगे, खुद ब खुद ठंडे रहेंगे। किसकी वजह से, समुद्र की पानी की वजह से। सो ये सब चीज़ें कैसे वर्क कर रही होती हैं, ये ऑप्टिकल फाइबर्स की वजह से वर्क कर रही होती हैं। और जो सर्वर भी कनेक्टेड होते हैं अंडरग्राउंड वाटर में, वो भी किससे कनेक्टेड हो रहे होते हैं, ऑप्टिकल फाइबर या CDTI बेस्ड पे। सो ये सब चीज़ें कार्य जो कर रही होती हैं वो ऑप्टिकल फाइबर पे कर रही होती हैं, ओके। दे आर वर्किंग ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ऑप्टिकल फाइबर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, एंड दिस ऑल मेकिंग कनेक्शन टुगेदर to provide internet, okay. What about this thing that was within a country, right? Okay, done it. Okay, what about the private or public? The same thing, the country do work on it, the government do work on it, the government work on a basis of public, okay. So this is also thing we do consider as a private and public too, okay. It's very difficult, that's the thing, it's very difficult. The whole thing is related to that thing, so that you know how it's complicated, how much it's complicated really. So is also in the case of error rate and cost is too much high, okay. So as you can see, the whole thing working together, and the thing about this conclusion of this lesson, to provide the internet, to provide the wireless kind of environment that you are using, and the internet, it's a very good thing. That's the reason we are doing studies. Whatever you want that you can do with the help of internet, right? So what the science behind it, as you can see, not only the thing is going on which is right now I'm explaining, there is so many things behind it. In detail I'm going to just elaborate meticulously on front of you. So you have to just stay tuned with me on the daily basis, and I gonna provide you that's all thing, and you're gonna learn better, okay. So further we are going to discuss so many things. So bias, I'm going to elaborate more better, okay. Day by day I'm going to be learn, and you're going to be learn too, and the whole thing we are going to learn together, okay. I'm going to just create another hand. So if you are interested in the case of especially in networking, so I have another handle that you can use it, okay. There you can practice over there, and this is the thing which is related to your board and whatever you are doing, that is going to help you, okay. If you are interested in other hand about especially in a case of network security, so I'm gonna provide you this kind of video too, okay. So stay tuned with me. Goodbye, I will meet you soon in the next video.